Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have to be honest, I'm really hoping that this video is going to go to plan, but there's been a lot of tree trimming going on in my neighborhood, so it's been a bit challenging to find time to film where it's just going to remain quiet and I can actually talk to you guys and there's not going to be some sort of giant tree machine going off. That being said, today's video is something that I didn't really think about until I was actually sitting down to show you guys these products. So the brand Han Skincare Cosmetics reached out to me probably about 2 months ago asking if I wanted to try some of their products, and they said they had collected this sort of summer set which consisted of 4 or 5 different products, and was I interested in trying them and seeing what I think. And of course, who can say no to free cosmetics? So I said yes please, and I had heard really nice things about their brand before. I know a lot of different places carry them, and so they were actually something I was curious about. So I was really excited to receive the package and just to hear from them. But when I was sitting down to film this video today and I was going to do maybe a traditional review, first impressions, I thought something different would be nice because the products that they sent me actually make a great kit. I know for a lot of people you're just sort of transitioning into green beauty or don't know where to start, or maybe you just want a go-to routine, and the amount of products that they sent me are really manageable, and I feel like together they create a really nice kit that's super easy to use and great for every day. So I'm going to show you guys how I use these 5+1 bonus product to create just a really pulled together easy look that you could do on the road. You could take this kit with you traveling, and it's honestly, this video is more about the foundation of what I'm talking about and not as much about the specific products. I'm very excited to get to show you guys these products, and they're not something that I've played around with a lot, so it'll be fun for me to use them right now. So I hope you guys enjoy this. The point of it is just to show you guys that you don't need a lot of product to get a really nice polished look, and in so many tutorials it can be overwhelming because if you're a big makeup lover, then you want to use 20 products on your face, but the reality is not everyone has time for that every day. So I want to show you guys 5 or 6 essential products that I think make a really nice look. So I've already done this step, and this is something that is for me the #1 essential thing of any makeup look, and that's a nice base. So I used today the Gressa Minimalist Corrective Serum Foundation. If you guys didn't see Tuesday's video, I did a first impressions review of this, and I'm just totally in love with it. I think the texture and the formula is really incredible. I love the way it makes my skin look, and I don't need a concealer with it. So it's a one-step prep for the rest of your makeup, and I feel very confident wearing it around. So that's the #1 element of this 5-step process, is having a good base. Maybe you don't need to wear a base product, and that's amazing as well. Don't ever feel the need to put on more product than you're comfortable in or that you feel like your skin needs. If you have glowing skin or you have a lot of confidence and feel like you don't need a base product, don't wear one. Don't worry about it. It's not necessary. But this is my #1 step. So since my base is already done, I'm going to move right on to the eyes, and I'm actually going to be using a bronzer that we'll be using later on the rest of our face. This is the Han bronzer in Malibu, and I really like this bronzer because it's matte and there's no shimmer on it. So the fact that it's matte and there's no shimmer means you can use it a variety of places in a variety of ways. So this can be a bronzer, this can be a contour product, this can be something that I'll use on my eyes, which is what I'm going to do right now. So grabbing a brush, I'm just going to dip it into, I almost called it the contour powder, into the bronzer. And I'm just going to work this right into my crease. I'm just doing little circular motions back and forth. And this is just to sort of define the shape of my eye. If you want a more dramatic look, you can certainly put it all over the lid. But if you're going for pretty easy everyday look, I would suggest just doing the crease so that you don't create any extra darkness around your eyes that you don't want. Do the same thing on the other eye. This is a very smooth, fine powder, so it really blends quite easily, and it just adds a little extra definition where I want it. Next, I'm going to go in with the Illuminating Balm from Han, which is in the color Champagne. I'm going to place this in the center of my eyelid. This is going to give a little pop of sparkle and just sort of lighten your eye. This is really pretty when your eyelid hits the light. It gives you that kind of glossy effect without having to wear a lot of product. Put it on the other side. And I'm going to be careful not to apply too much, so I'm just going to take a tiny little dot on my finger and just stick that in the inner corners just to add some illumination. There is some sparkle to this pigment, So it's not something that I would compare to, say, the RMS Living Luminizer. You do see the sparkle, so if you're not into that, maybe you wouldn't like this. I say sparkle, not glitter. Glitter for me implies big chunks. Sparkle is just a reflective particle that I can see instead of just a sheen. So this has sparkle. Very fine sparkle, but definitely reflective. So in my kit for my everyday, I would probably rather use a highlighter that has less sparkle in it and more of just a sheen or a wet look. And that's something that I like on both my eyes and I like on my cheekbones and high points over a sparkle. I like something that I can place in the center of my eyes or potentially over my whole eyelid if I want a more glowy look. I like something that I can also then use on the high points of my face and in my inner corners. It's just gonna add some light back into my face. I'm then gonna just apply some mascara. So we're up to 4 products now, but we're gonna be using a couple of them in different ways. So don't worry, we'll have a full face by the end of this. I'm just applying mascara because I think it is one of those steps for me, and I know for a lot of other people, where it really does make a difference. It makes you look a lot more awake and just generally put together. Also, since I'm someone who wakes up in the morning with puffy eyes, it's really helpful for me to put on mascara because it gives a nice definition between where my eye starts and ends. Otherwise, I just sort of look like a giant puffball, like I have 2 cotton balls for eyes. So it makes a huge difference for me. I actually just purchased the Honest Beauty mascara, which you guys probably saw over on Instagram. So this one is on its last legs. It's been about 3 months, so I think I'm gonna be getting rid of this and switching over to the Honest Beauty one to give that a try. So that's eyes done for just a very soft look. And next I'm gonna be moving on to a cream product that you can use both on your lips and your cheeks. So reusing products in different ways also means that you're guaranteed to have makeup that all ties together, right? So if you're using something that's a certain tone on your cheeks, sometimes the lip color can clash with that and can cause it to look a little funky or weird. And if you're not someone who's super proficient in color theory or is just in a rush and doesn't have time to think about, does this actually go with this? Then it can be a really simple solution to use the same product on both. And not that any lipstick brand is going to tell you this, but most lipsticks you can actually use on your cheeks as well. They just might take a little more blending, and I would recommend using a glossy formula rather than a matte formula, and it'll be easier to work with. But really, you don't need a blush and a lipstick if you're on a budget, or if you just don't have time to use 2 products. You can always use your lipstick as a blush. So this is a really beautiful, vibrant color that I'll be using. This is in the shade Coral Hibiscus from Han again. And I was really excited when this came in because it looks beautiful. I'm gonna smile, and the rule of thumb is that you go about 1 to 2 fingers away from your nostril, and it's right at the apple of your cheek where you apply it. From there, I use my fingers to blend it backwards. This also has a really interesting, almost vanilla-y scent to it that I really like. It just smells really good. I also really like this color because I think it's a really fun, bright color that translates well on your skin, but it's not hard to wear. This color also doesn't have any glitter in it, so you get a really matte flush of color, which I think is nice, especially if you're using something like the highlighter that we're gonna use that has a little bit more sparkle to it. Then I just take a dot on my nose just to make myself look fresh. And then we'll come back to this for the lips. I'm gonna go back in with that Illuminator and take a little bit on my fingers and on the high points of my cheekbones. I'm just gonna dab it on. Whatever's left over on my fingers, I'm just taking under my brow bone. I'm gonna dip back into that bronzing color that we had used. Now that we finished all of the cream products, I am gonna layer it with a powder. And I'm just gonna take this and give myself a little bit of a glow and just some light sculpting. So I'm just going around my forehead and then right to the back of my cheekbone for that sculpting, across the bridge of my nose for a little bit of a warmer glow. And then whatever is left over, I always take on my chin and jawline. That way you avoid giving yourself a beard because you barely have any product left. Now taking that pink coral shade, I'm going to use my finger again to place it on my lips. And what a pretty color. Now that we have started this basic routine, you can always add 1 or 2 steps to jazz it up if you're going out to dinner or you just want to look extra special. You can add eyeliner. Han also sent me this lip gloss, so I'm going to add a little bit of lip gloss on top of the color that I was using. I really like that this is a doe foot applicator because it gives you a lot of control. So I'm gonna just put the lip gloss right in the center of my lips because I'm not someone who wears lip gloss often and I don't love when things are sticky. Although this one doesn't feel sticky. It feels very, very soft. So I'm just gonna put it on my Cupid's bow for a little highlight in the center. That's just gonna add a little something, but like I said, you could also do eyeliner. You could change up your lip color. You could put on a red or something like that. But basically, I really appreciate the versatility of these products that I was sent, and I was really excited to think about how this is really all you need for an everyday look, for a special occasion look, depending on how much makeup you wear, how much makeup you want to wear. This is really the foundations that you should look for. So the next time you go shopping or you're thinking that I need to revamp my makeup routine, the 5 products that I would recommend you check out is a good base product, whether that be maybe a concealer just in case you get the occasional spot, or maybe you want a foundation or a tinted moisturizer. The second product is a good matte bronzer. So this is something that's not orangey. This is something that you can use 3 ways like I showed you today on your eyes. You can use it as an actual bronzer. You can also use it as a contour product. The third product is a nice illuminator or highlighter. This can either be cream or powder depending on whether you get a cream or powder bronzer. If you get a powder bronzer, I would just be careful of how you layer products. Like today, I was very careful to only keep the powder bronzer in my crease, whereas the cream highlighter I put lower and in the middle of my eyelid. This illuminator can do so many things for you. It can be a traditional highlighter, it can be an eyeshadow. You can use it like I use the lip gloss, so you could just pop a little bit of the highlighter on top of whatever lip color or bare lips. The fourth product is always a good mascara. I think mascara really does open your eyes and makes you look much more awake and pulled together. That's something that I try and do every day if I'm wanting to wear makeup. I really notice a difference that mascara is my one ride or die product that I would take with me if I could only choose one thing to make myself feel a little bit more put together. And then the fifth product is a lip and cheek tint, something that's so easy. You know that it'll go together because it's the same product you're using over again. It'll help to really tie in the rest of your look because you'll be very color coordinated with what's going on. It's also something that you can throw in your bag and you can touch up throughout the day. So blush sometimes wears off. Lipstick and lip colors obviously do wear off because we're eating and drinking and talking and all of that sort of stuff. So it is something that if you're wanting consistent pigment, you do need to touch up throughout the day, and adding a little extra color to your cheeks and your lips can really bring your face back to life. So having it all in one product makes it so convenient for touch-ups. I'm filming a little bit later in the day, so I can see that I'm starting to get some shadows on my face from the blind, so I think that means it's time to sign out. But I hope that this is helpful in case any of you are trying to think about how to build up your collection. As far as Han products go, I really appreciate that they're all natural, and I'm definitely gonna try out more of their products because I really like the way that their lip gloss feels, which is something very rare for me. I'm not a huge lip gloss fan, so if I like a brand's lip gloss, then I know that they're doing something good. But the 2 products that stood out to me by far that I would definitely recommend is this bronzer in the color Malibu. This really is a great multi-use product and certainly works on my skin tone, doing a lot of things for me. It is a little bit powdery, so just be careful when you're using it, but I really like the way that this transferred on my skin, and I'm really happy to have this for the holidays when I want to do a little bit more makeup and more sculpted looks. The other product that I really love is this lip and cheek tint in the color Coral Hibiscus. I just think it's an absolutely gorgeous color. I love the way that it looks on my skin tone, and I really like it on my lips as well. So this is something I'm actually going on a trip in a couple of weeks, so I'll definitely be bringing this so that I can have just one product, super easy to carry around with me, and I feel like I can use it in both places. It also blended beautifully on my cheeks, which sometimes lip and cheek products don't always do, and it was very pigmented on my lips. Alright guys, I would love to know what your go-to 5 products are in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel and you want to see videos always featuring clean green beauty, make sure to subscribe down below. I have everything that I use listed in the description box down below always, so if you liked anything, go ahead and check it out there. The names of everything are down there in case I forgot to mention it. Otherwise, I will see you all very soon. Bye!